Final Destination Bloodlines is the sixth film of the horror franchise. Now, this movie franchise has been around for a good 25 years now. I remember renting the first and second one from Blockbuster, actually, and I watched 3 to 5 in theaters. I'm not the biggest fan of this franchise, but they are fun and they're enjoyable. This one's a little bit different, though. They actually managed to hide some of the movie's plot details in the marketing, so that's pretty good. The opening was really good. And then we jump to a university student named Stephanie. She's estranged from her family, but she keeps having nightmares about a terrible accident. So she wants to basically get ahead of that. So she has to go home to her family, where she's trying to find more about her grandmother, and she might have information about her nightmares. However, Death's plans always want to finish off what they start, so she finds herself having to save her family from a large event to take all of them out. So this movie is a little bit different from the other entries in the franchise. Usually it's a group of friends or university students or something, and they're going on a ride or something, and they get annihilated by a disaster, and then someone has a vision and they escape, and then they get hunted by death. But this one's a little bit different because it's a whole family, and you find out why. But people don't realize that there's two kinds of Final Destination movies. The first and third were directed by James Wong, and he has a more realistic, practical sort of touch to it. The first one's a personal favorite of mine, like an actual favorite movie, not just horror movie. The second one took it to really ridiculous levels with the corny amount of CGI deaths. I thought it was really a pretty terrible sequel, to be honest. But the third one brought it back down to original sort of creepiness, because of not all the deaths are flashy and gory. Some of them are held back, and that makes it kind of creepy. The fourth one's probably the worst of the franchise, because it was done in 3D, so the effects are crap. And the fifth one's also in 3D, but at least it tried to ground it a little bit more. So this one definitely is a bit of a mix of both. It has a lot of practical effects, which I liked. And but then there are some parts of the movie that are too ambitious, and it looks like kind of bad. And the movie only has a budget of like 40 to 50 million and filmed in a couple of months. So sometimes the storytelling can get a little bit more ambitious than for its own good. But overall, the movie's enjoyable. I like the characters. It's kind of a mix of a Fast and the Furious movie mixed with a little bit of Halloween 2018, if you get those references. But overall, the freshness of the story's fine. Didn't like the execution of some of the deaths because they're just really bad looking. Overall, though, I still had a really fun time, though. I saw it in theaters with a packed crowd. They love the dark humor. There's plenty of dark humor this time around, and some of the deaths are really shocking and violent. So overall, I still had an enjoyable time. So I give Final Destination Bloodlines a 6 out of 10.